They said the dead don't speak, but what if they never stopped trying? Across decades, ghost hunters, skeptics, and accidental witnesses have all captured something truly bone-chilling. Voices, not whispers of the wind or distorted radio noise. We're talking about clear, disembodied statements, things no one in the room said. Welcome to Mystery Shack. Today, we dive into the most infamous real EVP recordings ever caught on tape. Audio that may prove once and for all that death doesn't mean silence. They say silence can be deafening, but in some places, silence isn't silence at all. It's something waiting to be heard. In 2024, a lone ghost hunter entered the basement of an old, abandoned building somewhere in rural America. He wasn't a pro, just a Reddit user armed with a recorder, curiosity, and maybe a bit too much courage. There was no power, no signal, not even rats in the walls, just dead air and the hollow echo of his own footsteps. But when he played the tape back later, he heard something he never heard in the moment. A voice, deep, menacing, inhuman. It said, "Get out of here." Just like that, cold, flat, without emotion, but with something else behind it. Intent. He swears no one else was in the house, no team, no radios, no neighbors. And yet, the voice came through loud and clear, as if it had been standing right behind him. Skeptics say it could be interference, but there's no static, no distortion, no overlapping frequencies, just a disembodied threat from the void. So what was it? A leftover echo from a past life? Or something darker, not content with being dead and still territorial? Either way, he got out. And after hearing this, you might want to keep your volume down. Some places don't just inspire horror stories, they feed them. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, a picturesque building tucked away in the mountains. But behind its grand facade lies a long history of death, hauntings, and whispers. It's the same hotel that inspired The Shining, but in real life, the ghosts don't just roam the halls. Sometimes, they speak. In a viral 2022 TikTok, a man touring the infamous room 217, the very room where author Stephen King once stayed, decides to casually hit record. No strange noises, no flickering lights, just a peaceful walk through. But when he plays it back later, buried in the background, is a soft voice that no one remembers hearing in the moment. A whisper, almost too gentle to catch. But once you hear it, it's unmistakable. You okay? It's not mocking, not menacing. It sounds concerned, but there was no tour guide speaking, no other guests. Just him, alone with his phone, and that voice. So the question echoes louder than the EVP itself. Who, or what, was worried about him? Is this the spirit of a former guest? A chambermaid from decades past? Or has something in room 217 become aware of the living? One whisper, recorded by accident, and it might be the most human moment ever captured from the other side. Welcome to Waverly Hills Sanatorium, a decaying monument to despair, death, and something else. In 2014, paranormal investigator Wendy from Knights Paranormal descended into the infamous body chute, a tunnel once used to discreetly transport the dead out of sight. A grim conveyor of corpses during the tuberculosis epidemic. No crowds, no tourists, just Wendy and a recorder. But when she reviewed the tape, her blood ran cold. Amidst the silence, cutting through the static, came a voice, clear, desperate, real. It said, "Help me." Not a trick of wind, not audio pareidolia. You can hear it for yourself on the raw recording, a plea from someone or something left behind in the darkness.
See down towards the bottom. Looks like there's a light. Looks like there's a light. Looks like there's a light.
There were no living voices in that tunnel. So who cried out for help? Was it one of the thousands who died inside these walls? Or is the body chute more than just a tunnel, maybe a conduit, a thin place? When darkness settles, a lone voice still whispers through abandoned halls. It hints at secrets hidden deep within the silence. In every corner of Waverly Hills, the mystery quietly awaits discovery. Some buildings die slowly, others never die at all. In 2008, a group of paranormal investigators entered the decaying halls of an abandoned psychiatric asylum in the United Kingdom, a building long condemned, but still echoing with something wrong. They weren't hunting for drama. This was a small, seasoned team, more skeptical than superstitious. One of them walked through a corridor with a handheld camera, narrating the rooms quietly. No strange sounds, no apparitions, just crumbling plaster and silence. But later, during audio review, they heard something they swore hadn't been there in real time. As the camera operator speaks, clear as day, a deep, disembodied voice overlays the footage. Not in response, not an echo, but a distinct, chilling phrase.
Can't leave me in the dark for you guys. No.
Okay, I thought you were holding on.
Watching you all. No one in the team recognized the voice. It was gravelly, emotionless, almost mechanical. Worse, it wasn't a scream or whisper. It was a statement, as if whatever said it had always been there, and still was. Analysts reviewed the audio for tampering or background interference, but no radios, no contamination, and no editing anomalies were found. Just a voice that shouldn't exist. Inside the heart of San Antonio, Texas, stands a house where time doesn't just stop. It repeats itself. Victoria's Black Swan Inn is charming on the outside. Southern Gothic, ivy-covered. But inside, it's something else entirely. Built over the bloody battlefield of the 1842 Battle of Salado Creek, this land has soaked up centuries of death, and the house itself has seen tragedy after tragedy, including the loss of a little girl named Sarah Mahler. Paranormal investigators have long believed that Sarah never left. And one night in 2015, during an EVP session in one of the upstairs bedrooms, they got their answer.
Are you a little boy? Are you a little girl?
At first, nothing but static. Then clear as day, the unmistakable sound of a child's laughter echoing from the corner of the room. No children were present, doors were locked, every floorboard was still. Yet the giggling continued, playful and unnervingly close. Some believe it's Sarah, stuck in an eternal loop of innocence, but others whisper something darker, that spirits can mimic, that laughter doesn't always mean joy. In a house built on bloodshed, even a child's giggle can sound like a warning. They spoke, we listened, but what answered was never human. Now you know what to do.